Hello everyone, it's Palkia82 here to bring you my thoughts on WataMote chapter 55. Now this is my first ever WataMote review on my channel, so I'm not really sure how it's going to go. For this manga in particular, the chapters are quite short. Like with this one, it's only 10 pages long pretty much. So, I mean, it should be concise, but I'll try and break down a few things over there and, really give my opinions on them because I found this chapter quite interesting, to be honest. So first off, I think it's pretty good how the writers set up this particular situation that Tomoko is going to face herself in, where it's basically this festival going on, the Tanabata festival. This pertains to basically just the people in her school, and I think possibly the teachers as well. Or I actually might just be focused on the students. So the students put up their wishes on this like big special tree, and for this festival, it's like the stars align or something. I think so 2 stars align, and so pretty much just to dedicate their wishes for this coming together of the stars, to celebrate the festival. They put up their dreams, and they can put more than one dream up. So as many dreams as they want, and then the idea is for that dream to come true because it's a special occasion. And then I'm not sure how the tradition of putting them up on trees comes about, but yeah, it's basically like putting your dreams on display for everyone else to see, people to notice what your ambitions are and stuff like that. So it's quite an interesting festival. I think it's probably like a Japan only kind of thing, but yeah, so it's a good setup to it, where we see just the classmates of Tomoko bringing in the supplies and stuff for the festival. And yeah, so it says that it will be open until July 7th. Now, it's kind of funny how it starts off with Tomoko just, she's usually like this. There's like, I like how the art is usually done in this way. It's quite, for most of these chapters in this manga, the art is quite simplistic and it's very basic, but then for a lot of the time it kind of needs to be just to represent, it's like a daily, mundane, everyday life, so it's not going to be too overcomplicated, and it's just focused on, Tomoko's expressions, what Tomoko's doing. The background is just, pretty much everyone else in their life is just in the exterior. Like no one's really got as much of a spotlight as Tomoko. We're constantly inside her head. So yeah, it's reinforcing the fact that she's an outsider. She's looking on, and like there's a whole huddle up group there. So yeah, I'm not sure if she'll ever break out of this outcast, this outsider role in her daily school life, but I kind of like how Tomoko's, gradually developed. If you've followed the manga up until this chapter, you'll know that her development is really gradual. She finds some hair, because she starts off with just saying that she thinks it's tiresome, it's boring, and it's just a stupid festival. But she sees other people doing it. She sees their dreams, and she considers whether she should do it or not. Like she has an internal kind of clash, and she figures like she should just resolve to put on the best possible ambition or dream, like onto the leaves of the tree. And there's a whole bunch she's reading off, just generally it's just stuff to do with like wanting to be in a relationship. Like it seems like that's all that the high schoolers are interested in in her school, which I agree with her. That's kind of boring. Like none of these dreams are particularly interesting, and Tomoko obviously spots that. She's actually, we've seen in the past chapters she's an intelligent person, so yeah, she can obviously tell if there's nothing that interests her, but generally she finds life quite mundane. So, and that's quite realistic in a sense as well, because Tomoko's just a realistic character. She brings a sense of realism. If she's depressed, she's super freaking depressed, and she's a special case, but is we see that natural reaction to things, and I like that. And it's shown again in this chapter. So I really did enjoy how she progressed from not wanting to do it to just stalking the other characters and checking out what they've been writing for their dreams. And so she writes her own dream down, and someone's impressed by it, and she wonders if it's hers or not, and then she gets that that plushy face, and she's like, oh, someone noticed my dream, that classic anime girl reaction, someone noticed something about me. So she gets really excited and happy. I like that. I like how it's like a natural reaction to when something goes well. You kind of obsess over it in a sense. If it's something that you've really enjoyed, if it's something that's taken your interest, you go into it, like you want to delve deeper into it. So Tomoko's doing that, and she's getting really into putting the dreams in it. And then there's another part that I really like, where the character with the glasses, her rival from her past, her old friend, she puts down the dream, and oh man, she just messes around with her constantly, like she even just completely messes up her dream in her chapter, because the way she positioned hers, it just makes damn, why have I forgotten her name? But yeah, it just makes the other girls look completely pointless now, because she just ruined it by putting these really stupid, jokey dream catchphrasey things that she's put next to it. I like Tomoko's sense of humor though. It's like it's too awkward to tell in front of people, so in this way it would just come off as like really silly and stupid. But I personally just like the way she delivers her jokes and stuff like that. I think if she could actually tell these in person, she'd probably start to gain more attention from her classmates, but obviously that won't happen anytime soon, knowing Tomoko. But yeah, and then there's this bit with the teacher, which the teacher really annoys me, because she's constantly pestering Tomoko, like make friends, and a character like this just doesn't seem to understand what Tomoko is like in her head. It's not like she can flip a switch and start talking to people. So, we get that crazy face, the trademark crazy Tomoko face. And then she gets really annoyed at her teacher. But the thing is, like, the obscene dream that she's written on her paper that she's going to be sticking up on the tree, she goes up to the ladder to stick it. But she does this kind of thing where it goes so far up that no one will be able to see her dream, and I thought that was pretty funny. It's just like Tomoko's weird sense of justice like shows through here, since like the whole celebration is related to the stars joining up. So she puts it in her head that if she puts it like furthest up, so it's closest to the stars, that way no one can see it. And you can't really blame Tomoko for wanting to hide such an obscene, ambition. But in a way, I kind of find it quite a good one, even though it's not really normal for a high school girl to be writing something like that. But it's that comedy aspect of the manga. She does really weird, obscene, ridiculous things to embarrass herself and make herself feel even more introverted, and but in this way it doesn't really, she hasn't really done too much harm, and it kind of has a sense of development, since she has one goal to reach in 1 year. So this does tell us that she has dreams, she has ambitions, and she thinks about these things, and so she won't want to lose track of it. So in that sense, I guess you could say she has sort of a positive mindset towards what she's going to do later on. So I found that interesting. Altogether, I thought it was quite a good chapter. I always wish they'd be longer, but these mangaka, they're really inconsistent with this manga. The Watashi ga Motenai is just, it's not my fault I'm not popular, is just so inconsistent. I don't know if it's whether it's getting translated late or if it just comes out late. because it's published by Square Enix, so I'm not actually sure when they published the comics, but yeah, I do wish that this chapter could have been, because there could have been parts where it could have been expanded on, like with Glasses Girl. She calls her Glasses. I'm going to call her Glasses, as a nickname. Yeah, she could have had a reaction with her, looking at how Tomoka ruined her ambition with like putting all these obscene other ones next to it. But yeah, I like this chapter. The structure was, regular. If you've read it up to this point, you recognize, it's just like different chunks. Like it skips through times of day and stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I did enjoy this chapter. It was like, light-hearted, but that's always how you're gonna get it. And then the twist with Tomoka having to do something really embarrassing near the end. But yeah, it was a good read. And if you're not too familiar with the manga, or if you've only just been watching the anime, or if maybe you felt like you wanted to drop it at some point, I mean, I do understand the relatability. I do relate to a lot of the things that Tomoko does, but I feel as if you kind of have to stick with how she's developing and her growth, because the character is very interesting, and you have to take the light-hearted stuff with the stuff that you're very, very cringy with. But I think it's quite satisfactory, and it's reaching a point where Tomoko is developing, and she is having sentences and talking to people. So yeah, I really can't wait until the next chapter. It's always very stop-start. You never really know where it's gonna go with this manga. Park82 here, giving you another thoughts video, and I hope to see you next time.